Manchester United fans, oh yeah, gather here. Let's talk about Man U. I am beyond the match, and I am going to tell you the honest truth about the next season, the expectation, the banter. People are bantering Manchester United. For here on this page, my job is always to analyze situations critically and have a deep thought about the whole thing. First of all, let's start with Manchester United from last season till this season. You must agree that when Ruben Amorim joined Manchester United, it's just like in a situation of chaos. The same thing that happened at Chelsea when Potter joined, it was chaotic. The environment is not solid. The environment is not, relaxed. The environment is not the best. Manchester United are already on the downward hill. Before Ruben Amorim was brought in to resuscitate the squad. Remember, when these kind of changes happen, it can go either way. The players can revitalize. It can also go the other way around. So from there, the struggles and everything, the pressure, Manchester United is a big club. The player could not be able to cope with the media pressure, with the, internal squabbles at the club. So the club went down. And a lot of us attributed this to, Ruben Amorim. To me, Ruben Amorim have not done anything wrong at Manchester United. Yes, he could have salvaged one or two things. But, when the house is already collapsing, sometimes it's not enough for him, or he can't do enough for him to revive the club. And then there's some players that wants to leave. There's some players that are not happy. There's a lot of things, even from the director's position. A lot of things are not going very well. Ineos is just coming in as a new, part owner of Manchester United. They are still settling in. Then Glazers are trying to hand over the footballing aspect to the aspect of the stadium, trying to fix the stadium, revitalize the stadium. A lot of things are going on at the same time. Getting in football director, the guy from the National, there's a lot of things that were going on. So the environment was not the best for Ruben Amorim to slot in and start having an immediate impact. And, football fans, we judged him harshly. But the reality is that for a manager to start going forward, you need to give the manager at least minimum of 1 or 2 transfer window. Minimum. In fact, 2 is supposed to be the minimum. Have preseason with the players, relax with the players, have deep connection with the players, understand the players, have preseason, do all these things, build connection. Football is not 1 + 1 = 2. In fact, human relations when it comes to football is important than even skills. Because when you get bunch of superstars that don't understand each other, don't work for each other, you see that they always struggle. So right now that Ruben Amorim have gotten this squad, I watched the interview after the game against Leeds. He said he is looking forward to the preseason game that Manchester United will be playing in the United States. It's not just all about the pitch. He can be able to spend more time with the players, understand them. They can be able to talk about tactics. They can be able to talk about the challenges of the players, what motivates them. He can be able to have a deep understanding of the players. And this is where everything that has to do with football is bettered. From this position, they will now start going forward. Tactics is very important, but when you have every member of the team together like this, even with little or no tactics, they will go to the pitch, fight so hard, and get the win for the club. Of course, you need tactics to give them the best playing condition, but this is also very important. Now, Ruben Amorim came into Manchester United. Anthony is not happy. It's not Ruben Amorim's fault. Rashford is not happy. It's not Ruben Amorim's fault. These guys have been having squabbles with the other coach and before Ruben Amorim came in. Sancho, the same thing, is not his fault. He had to deal with all these players, maneuver, Remember, these players are like senior members of the squad. He had to deal with them, plan with them, try to pacify them, try to still make changes. And remember, during this period, games are coming in, week out, every 2-3 days. No time to train, no time to implement ideas, no time to recover the players, no time to even understand the players that can be able. Everything was happening fast. It was so difficult for him. And Manchester United found a way not to be able to recover. Manchester United struggled, lost the Europa League, and then finished, down there on the table. And then a lot of people are now thinking, Ruben Amorim is the issue. I'm not saying that Manchester United have a finished squad already, but you know that Ruben Amorim is a bright manager. You know that Ruben Amorim have taken his time to identify where there are problems in this squad. You see him talking about so many things they need to improve. He knows the problem. He knows what the clubs need to do. And, some of the players that are at the disposal of the club cannot even suit to his system. They signed this player before he came in, and these players cost so much. So for you to even give Amorim a condition for him to work, you need to clear partly or majority of these players that are not his own, or that they are not playing his style. So that is reality. Now, after the first season, after the half season, he has realized what is missing at Manchester United. Look at what he did. he started looking for players to suit his system. The two signings Manchester United have done are exquisite A-class signing. Don't let anybody deceive you. Brian Mbeumo will improve any team. 20 goals is not a joke. 20 goals in the Premier League is not a joke. It's only few players can be able to score that 20 goals. Mbeumo is among the top, 5 that was able to do that goal. Cunha single-handedly worked to raise, Wolves from sliding into relegation. He revived and brought them up. So these two players are, excellent players that will add at least nothing less than 30 goals in between them. I watched Cunha in the first preseason, his movement and everything. Yes, of course, he's still much rusty, but you can see the sharpness. You can see him receiving the ball on half space, turning and going forward. Yeah, you know that it was difficult for Garnacho and other players to be able to stay in that spot. I expect him to have more success. Now, Ruben Amorim will build the team. Manchester United are trying to find solution among those players that have not been helping. Rashford have now joined, Barcelona. The report is that Barcelona will cover his full wages. This is a good win, so that Manchester United can cut down the wage structure of the team. Now, Barcelona will cover his full wage. Barcelona will pay, everything will cost Barcelona about 40 million, euros. So it depends. It depends. And then Manchester United are not paying any part of his salary. Rashford decided to take 15% wage cut to join Barcelona. So he wanted to go there. He's running to find solution for Sancho. Find solution for, Find solution for Anthony. These are other two players that wants to leave, and Garnacho. Manchester United must try to find a solution. Like I said before, I knew that it's going to be difficult for them to sell them. You see what I said? When you give a player a high wage, you have taken them away from the smaller teams that can be able to buy them. All you have to do is either to allow them live on loan, or go on loan where you pay half and half, or you pay them off for them to sign for another team, or you reduce their transfer fee to almost nothing. So that is the reality. Rashford have gone. These other two players or three players can be able to go. Manchester United are now interested in signing a lot of reports like Fabrizio, Jacobs, Ben Jacobs, and Manchester United are interested in signing a striker. Let's talk about the Gyökeres issue. A lot of people are talking that Manchester United tried to hijack Gyökeres deal, but according to reports, Manchester United did not make any bid. Intermediaries tried to present to Manchester United Gyökeres, whether Manchester United are interested in buying, but Gyökeres have stated personally with his agent, they're in tandem, they're in one way, that he wants to go to Arsenal. So Manchester United, as soon as Manchester United learned about this decision, they decided not to bid for him. Manchester United did not make any move. Of course, the intermediary we are pushing, they're trying to inform Manchester United whether they need to go for Gyökeres. But Manchester United did not make any move in that relation. And then Manchester United have also been presented the opportunity to sign Nicholas Jackson. Garnacho wants to stay in the Premier League. Nicholas Jackson is a player that is not, his position is no longer 100% certain at Chelsea Football Club. Manchester United are aware of Nicholas Jackson. So now it's left for Manchester United. Will they decide to do exchange? Garnacho to Chelsea, Jackson to Manchester United. Is it what they are looking at? Remember, there's still Zexi, there's still Højlund. So Manchester United bringing in one striker means that probably one of these players will leave. And Manchester United are still looking for, a goalkeeper. Very, very important. They're looking for a goalkeeper because Onana is injured, and then Onana is not fully trusted. So goalkeeper they're looking in the sense they've already started a conversation to sign Lamens. Lamens is playing for Antwerp. So he's a Belgian goalkeeper that is very young. He's a very good, goalkeeper. He's keeping a lot of clean sheets. Manchester United are interested in signing him. But there were options for Manchester United to sign Martinez. But it looks as if Manchester United do not want to sign all these older players again because they've had enough of Casemiro, had enough of all these older players. Eriksen just left. They want to sign younger players. And this is why Manchester United are interested in signing this guy. So keep an eye on this guy, Senne Lamens. He's a goalkeeper that played at Antwerp. And then Manchester United are also informed about the situation of Sesko. Intermediaries again are trying to present to Manchester United opportunity to sign Sesko. So keep an eye on Manchester United, looking for a striker and getting a goalkeeper. And finally, on my own side, I think Manchester United will have a better season. I can't expect Manchester United to finish 15th again. Ruben Amorim must have understood the problem, understood the issues, understood where they need to improve, and then we will see what happens from when the season starts. I think there is no reason for Manchester United fans to worry right now. Last season is last season. This is a new season. Look at the teams like Nottingham Forest fighting for relegation. the upper season, last season, they nearly finished in top 4. So there is nothing impossible in football. Football is like, it's not about form. Anything can happen when the season starts. So support your team, believe in what Ruben Amorim is doing. I see the happiness in him. I see the club flying. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Remember, I am beyond the match. I tell you things as they are. If you're not subscribed to this channel, if you're not following us on this page, kindly follow. If you want Manchester United jersey, slide into my DM on my WhatsApp and ask for them. I sell them. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.